Hi. I know that talking about death can be difficult, but lately I've found I can't stop doing it. So thank you for listening tonight, and hopefully you'll come away inspired. What will you choose when a loved one dies? My name is Katrina Spade, and I'm the founder and director of the Urban Death Project. We've created a new model of death care because the existing options are artificial, unsustainable, and unjust. 2.6 million people die each year in the US, and about half of them choose conventional burial. This means their bodies are pumped full of formaldehyde-laden embalming fluid and then buried in a casket, in a concrete-lined grave, in a cemetery. Besides the waste, there's the problem of land use. Cemeteries from Seattle to Hong Kong are reaching capacity. It turns out that selling someone a piece of land for eternity doesn't really make good long-term business sense. Cremation is the other available option, and it's quickly becoming the default, in part because people think it's the more sustainable choice. But cremation destroys our potential to give back to the earth after we die. It uses an energy-intensive process to turn bodies into ash and emits around 600 million pounds of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere in the US alone. In other words, the very last thing that most of us will do on this earth is poison it. In addition, a $20 billion funeral industry preys on people during their most vulnerable times. Families struggling to make ends meet can be pushed into debt, and the bodies of loved ones can go unclaimed if they can't afford to care for them. The societal impact is huge. But the truth is that death care can be meaningful, sustainable, and just. We've developed a new system called recomposition that transforms our bodies into soil so that we can give back to the earth after we die. And we're pairing that system with a nonprofit, revenue-based business model to ensure it's available to all people who need it, regardless of economic status. Recomposition helps us remember that death is a natural part of life. It deepens our connection to the natural cycles and reminds us that all people are equally valuable. In the future we envision, every human death will create deep and lasting ecological wealth. Our team is a dedicated group of architects, engineers, scientists, and legal strategists. Since our founding just 2 years ago, we've developed our business model, crafted legal strategy, and completed the design of our patent-pending system. Our work has been recognized by Fast Company, The Stranger, and the New York Times. Recomposition is based on the principles of livestock mortality composting, a process that's been proven through decades of research. And it works by creating the right environment for thermophilic microbes and beneficial bacteria to do their jobs. These tiny creatures break down the proteins and carbons in our bodies to create a nutrient-rich soil, much like the process at work here on the forest floor. Our immediate next step is to build a prototype of our system at Washington State University and run a pilot program in collaboration with their soil sciences department. Once we've run our pilot, we'll build the first ever recomposition center right here in Seattle. Imagine it for a moment. Part public park, part funeral home, part memorial to the people we love. A place where we can connect with the cycles of nature and treat our loved ones with gentleness and respect. Recomposition Seattle will be a way for our deaths to be more like our lives here in the Pacific Northwest, full of meaning, joy, and a deep respect for the earth. It's also a way that we can care for our whole communities and honor each and every life. So, I'm done. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. We're bringing this model of death care to the world. And it's our ask to you, the SVP community, to help us raise $95,000 towards the engineering of our prototype. By doing so, you'll be joining the death care revolution. It's transformative, it's compassionate, and it's infinitely scalable. Because, like it or not, someday, every single one of us will die. It's funny, but it's true. I have to say, though, right now, it's an exciting time to be alive. So, which one will you choose? Thank you.